folks. How's it going? Hopefully everything's going well where you are. In your world. Give me a quick sec. I'm just going to go make sure the cat is indoors, because there's a nasty dog around at the moment. Give me a sec. Sure you'll understand. There we are. Sorry about that. I'm sure you recognise that. I have to keep the cat safe, things like that. Sorry, my missus is doing some... so in my house, right, my office overlooks the garden, at the back garden, and I can see my missus down there doing some work in the back garden, so I'm lording it over at the moment. Looking outside. Yes, I'm here streaming, you're outside doing whatever that is. Looks like hard work to me. Too much like hard work. Hope you're all doing well. I certainly am. It's a nice Sunday. It's nice to have a bit of sunshine here in the north of England. Very nice stuff. So on the docket for today, thank you very much, Curtis, for being a hobby bro. Thank you very much, man. Good lad. On the docket today, we have a welcome to the stream, which is what we're doing now. We will have a special thanks in a minute where I will thank long-serving patrons on the channel. Then we'll do our prize draw. Then we'll do our model showcases, a general Q&A, a general chat, and then it'll be goodbye from me for now. I may play some Metal Gear today. You never know. You never know. There's a little bonus later on. But that's where we are. That is where we are. How is everybody? Hope you're all having a fabulous day. If you are struggling with mental health right now, just know that, you know, how do I put this? We've all been on a really shitty time. Well, put it this way. The other day, right, I was walking downstairs. Just walking down the stairs. And I was looking for my phone. I was like, oh, where's my phone gone? And for no reason, do you know that feeling you get in your chest when you're about to cry? I got that. And I don't know why. I'm walking around, and then it was only when I sat down and started to examine my thoughts and what's going on in my world right now, I was like, yeah, that's what it is. And I have a chronic sense of not giving myself credit or time or anything, right? I'm supposed to be the rock that everybody relies on. So I literally never do that. I always say, no, I should be able to just carry on and do what I want to do, you know, without any thoughts or sense or anything. It should be fine. I'm the guy here, right? You all rely on me. My family relies on me, you know? So you bury it, and it's only when you realise, what is going on in my life right now? Oh yeah, right, cool, yes, of course, my grandpa is, you know, in the last throes of life, it seems. You know, we have lots of things going on with the daughter, which are great, you know, but still quite stressful to go over, things like that. You have work things going on, YouTube things going on, there's lots of things going on that can make you, you know, not crumble, but like, you know, have a bit of a pause where you go, oof, that doesn't feel great. And apparently that feeling that you get randomly is because you're not awake to what's going on in your own brain and your own mind all of the time. And that is something that I need to work on and give myself a little bit more credit, I suppose. Jim, you've done a bit of writing today, that's good. Now you're going to spray your Demios Rhino for your Iron Warriors. That is a good Sunday. Doing writing and spraying Iron Warriors is a good Sunday. So I don't think you need to worry about that. That's good. Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff. I will reiterate that if you do send in some hobby showcase pictures, then please make sure you name the pictures. Alright? When I say name the pictures, a few of you got a bit confused and you've named yourself in the email. I know what your name is because it's on your email address. Or you say, hi, North, it's Dave, or whatever, right? No, I mean like name your pictures. So your pictures should be called Dave 1, Dave 2, Dave 3, right? That's what they should be called when you send them to me. Curtis says, I've got 5 squads of Solar Auxilia for my Rogue Trader house put together. Good lad. 5 squads. Those are fiddly models. Let's have a look. Solar Auxilia. Yeah, those are fiddly, man. They do look great, though. They do look really good. In fact, if you're getting an Imperial Guard army, you could do a lot worse than these guys. They're really good-looking models. Really good-looking stuff. In fact, if I was going to do a force of Imperial Guard, Solar Auxilia are probably what they look like, to be honest with you. They look great. Look really good. Hey Liam, I'm doing well, man, thank you. It's Mass Effect Andromeda kind of day. What do you mean, man? Mass Effect Andromeda day. Did it release on this day? A few years ago? Yes, that is true, Curtis. Yes, they look properly scaled next to Marines. That is true. That is true. I remember when Andromeda came out. I'd gotten back from America to see my girlfriend at the time, and I was gutted that I was home, but I had Mass Effect Andromeda to come home to. And I was actually working for Games Workshop at the time. So, you know. Oh, you're playing it. It is to be honest with you, like that game, I only ever played through it once. And I just couldn't after that. I was like, nah, yeah, I'm done. You know, it wasn't really my bag at all in terms of story. But the graphics and their mechanics, as in, you know, gameplay, spot on. All that was spot on. But I think with Mass Effect Andromeda, you notice how little that matters in an RPG. You know? When people say, well, your RPG doesn't have very good combat. So? If you're playing my RPG for combat, you're playing the wrong RPG. You play an RPG for the story, and the characters, and the writing, and being able to make your own character and make it do what you want it to do. You know what I mean? You shape the story. That's an RPG. If you're playing a game like, say, Skyrim, or, you know, Fallout, yeah, gameplay is a bit more important, because it's how you interact with the world on a second-by-second basis. But if you're playing something like Dragon Age, or Mass Effect, yeah. Nice gameplay is nice, but that's all it is, right? It's just nice. I'm here for the characters and the story, you know? Trying to glue some printed OPR Elven tanks, not getting my hands together. Well, there you go, man. There you go. My weekend was all Elden Ring. It's great, but very hard. It is Dardarus. It is sunny and warm today in Liverpool. The sun has gone in a little bit, not living in the city. Grim, I may start Elden Ring on the channel soon. I may start doing a stream of that soon. By the way, if any of you are into gaming or my gaming side of things, there is a brand new channel that we are doing on around these parts. Let me just show you now. The Northern Exile Gaming channel. So if you go and type in Northern Exile Gaming, it will be around. It will be there somewhere. And all you need to do is head on over there, subscribe to that channel. All of the VODs from all of my streams will be going there, as well as Let's Plays that you do not get on this channel. So, you may see parts of my Let's Plays on this channel, maybe, but you won't see all of them, right? Because some of them I'll be doing offline, just because I want to chill very, very, very quickly. You know what I mean? I want to sit down and chill and have a good time. So, if you want to see anything like that, that is on this channel. I will put it in the chat, so you can go and have a little look. That is where that channel is. So if you feel like you've missed something, or you want to see me play more Metal Gear, or whatever other game I'm playing, we'll be doing Dragon Age over there pretty soon. So the entire Dragon Age series will be going through on Northern Exile Gaming over there. And yeah, we'll be doing all that fun stuff. Hey Raziel, how's it going, man? I'm new to the streaming on YouTube thing, relatively. So, is this the same Raziel who had a green name last time? I don't know why it changes. Is that something I can change? Anyway. I'm going to thank a few people before we move on. Michael McBroom, thank you very much. Vibratech. Vibratech is a staunch supporter of the channel. So congratulations to you, sir. Thank you very much for helping me through the channel as we go. Dan Jones. Sable Shade. Dan Jones. Top man. Thank you very, very, very much. What happened to my voice then? Why do I do this? Did you hear what happened to my voice? Thank you very, very much. Like I've got a list for all of a sudden. And Converted Iron. Iron within, Iron without. Thank you very much. Revan Media. Thank you very much. Bob Phillips. Thank you. Raz. Thank you very much. Chance Hod. Cheers, man. Ken. You know who you are, mate. You know who you are. Thank you very much. James Johnson, Daniel Volquist, and King Size Coffin are the guys for today. And also, Malekith69, because I find his name absolutely hilarious. Oh, really, Raziel? Okay, let me know. Let me know what's going on. What's going on? Let me have a little sip of tea here. And by tea, I mean Pepsi Max with some vodka in it. Not a lot, just a little bit. Alright, Raziel, cheers, man. Yeah, do. Email me. Email me. Did you get a job at Games Workshop? Am I not supposed to say? Ooh. Tell me later. Alright, let's do this prize draw. Let's get on with it, shall we? It is time for the prize draw. Alright, we are spinning for a repulsor tank, our second of 3 repulsor tanks. Don't ask me why I've got these lying around when I don't use floating tanks, because I think they look goofy. They're just here, so I'm going to give them away. So if you win this, you have won yourself a lovely repulsor tank. So well done to you if you do win it. Well done to you indeed. Alrighty. Let's jump in, shall we? And then we'll give away some Yorkshire tea too. Because why not? Why not? Kason Juni, you have won yourself a repulsor battle tank. please email me at hobbynightmares@gmail.com to get yourself your repulsor battle tank. Well done to you, sir. Alright, 5 boxes of Yorkshire tea coming right up. If you see your name on here, please email me at hobbynightmares@gmail.com and say your name and your email address so I can look you up to make sure you are who you say you are, and I will get you your signed box of Yorkshire tea directly to your house. Wherever you are on planet Earth, they'll be right there for you. Let's jump in, shall we? The first of 5 is going to... Jaeger Blackpaw. Not the first time he's won something on the channel, Jaeger Blackpaw. Patrick Feeney. Well done, Patrick. Cold ramen. Oh god, I hope it's not cold. Cold ramen. You've won a box of Yorkshire tea. Alex, yeah, you are on here, so please, if your name is Alex, I don't know. If your name is Alex and you're on Patreon as Alex, then please let me know, and I will get you Yorkshire tea. Even if you think you might have won it, it's always worth emailing me. Even if you don't use the tea, it's something to have in your house, isn't it? Jesse Butler, well done for getting yourself some Yorkshire tea. And last one. S. Noel. Oh my god, this is not a fix. Alright, Noel, you know, mate. You know. You've won stuff in the past. He's gotten stuff from me in the past. Well done to you. You've now gotten some Yorkshire tea, too. Alright. Let's chill, shall we? Let's just chill. That was a lot of work for a Sunday. Do you know what I mean? Oof. I found a post on Reddit where an ex-employee gave details of the job at HQ. Also, a cleaner gave his mate a head in the head of the Bugman Spa. What? What? Are you sure? Like, Stuffer, are you sure, man? Where did you hear that? Come on now. Come on. I found out a post on Reddit where an ex-employee gave details of the job at HQ. Also, a cleaner gave his mate head in the head of Bugman's bar. Okay. I don't know, man. That sounds far-fetched to me. Because the cleaners that I saw when I was there were all about 90. So, I mean, fair enough if that's your bag, but I'm gonna take that one with a massive pinch of salt, to say the least. The tanks grow out the walls. This is how North deals with the issue of being haunted. Yes. Okay, yeah, do that, Stuffer. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not going to read it out on the channel because I'm not getting done for slander. But yeah, fine. Sounds good. We have a really good one coming tomorrow. And that is, the video is literally titled, I'm a Games Workshop manager and I'm losing my mind. It was a hoot to read. It was really, really good. Thank you very much, Curtis, for your $5. What a lovely guy. Love the channel and content. If you have advice about the Rogue Trader house I sent you by email, feel free to email me your critiques. Rock on. Curtis, are you alright if I do that now? I'm here. I'm alright to do that now? Well, I'm here, so I may as well. Let me know, man. If I can do it now, I'll do it now. And we'll all look at it together. It's nerve-wracking, I know. I don't need to do it now. I can do it whenever you want me to. Oh, yeah, that's fine. Alrighty. Let's do it now. So, That is on my Hobby Nightmares email. And so I will need to open my laptop to get to that email address. Because I've recently gotten a new computer, as you all know. And that means that not all of my emails are on this computer yet, and my Hobby Nightmares one is extra protected. So protected that I can't get into it yet. So I'm trying to sort that out. Let me find you on here, Curtis. Rogue Trader Dynasty Drake. Oh, I like this. Alright, alrighty. Let me just forward this to myself. There we are. Alrighty, I'm going to read that out right now. So, we are going to have an impromptu read of Curtis Thompson's lore, ladies and gentlemen, before we do anything else. Wait for the email to come through first. Here we go. Alrighty. Are you ready? Are you ready? Alright. So, this one by Curtis. Let's have a little read of it, shall we? So, I love the way that you've done it in lore. So, what he's put is this. I'm gonna paste it into the chat. I like this. It's like the start of a Eisenhorn book. This is cool. Look at that. That's at the very start of his lore there. Inquisitorial observation and information. Report subject. Rogue Trader Dynasty. House Draken. Version. Circa. Isn't that cool? Real name redacted. Agent code 719 engram. Love it. Absolutely brilliant. This reminds me of... Do you remember back in the day when... I used to do this all the time. I used to read the SCP Foundation. I used to read that all the time. It's brilliant. Alright. Let's read, shall we? O glory to the Emperor, Lord Inquisitor. It is my pleasure to serve thee in thine divine mission and vision. And in keeping with the Emperor's great work and thine instructions, I hath compiled my foundings and observations into this report for your purview. Considering the scale of the subject matter, I have written this overview to keep the information in brief and with some additional addendums as required. Holy is thine duties, pressing thine demands for time, glory to you and to the Emperor. House Drake. An overview. The great dynasty of House Drake can draw its beginnings from Holy Terror as one of the first families granted the divine mandate and courtesy from his holy eminence, dictating unto them the monumental task as rogue traders, scouts, and explorers. To carry a lineage and responsibility for over 10,000 years is a monumental undertaking, though I assure you, my Lord Inquisitor, as to the veracity of the claims this family makes in regards to their origins. During the Damocles Gulf Crusade, the dynasty of House Drake had offered their services to the crusading force in 742 M41, with the pomp and circumstance expected, only to have their lineage challenged by a Castellan of the Adeptus Astartes, who demanded to see a proof of their writ, and even a noble lineage such as House Drake cannot refuse such a demand. I beheld the recordings of this event personally, and verily, if even one of the Emperor's angels is satisfied with this family's proof, confirmed by members of the Ultramarines chapter, who share a border with the dynasty of Drake, then I can think of no better method of determining their claims as genuine. Alright, so basically, House Drake provided their proof to the Ultramarines, and the Ultramarines said, yep, that's fine. And everyone was alright. Okay, good. House Drake began their quest by command of his holy eminence shortly after the reunification of Holy Terror, journeying eastward along the Sagittarius arm of the galaxy, providing information, intelligence, and guidance to those expeditionary fleets as requested or required by Imperial law. During these voyages, the House Master of the dynasty, a Master Magellanius, lost his life in battle against a now extinct Xenos race, passing the writ to his eldest son, Francis Columbus. Okay. Under Francis's commands, the honour of the house was restored through victory and conquest, particularly against foes that are believed to be Eldar Corsairs, before finally establishing their dynasty in the eastern fringes of our great Imperium. Before I carry on, one thing I've always wanted to know. When a dynasty of rogue traders is out there, and they set up their base of operations, What happens when the borders of the Imperium spread beyond their base of operations? They're supposed to be on the fringes, right? So do they then remove their entire base of operations and push it outwards towards the outer edges again? I don't know. Or do they melt back into Imperial society? Answers in the comment section or the chat now, please. Nestled between the realms of the Tau Empire, Ultramar, the Necron dynasty of Sortek, and the Orc Empire of Alsanta, the realm of Drake consists of 13 systems, with an additional 2 provisional overseer status granted to 3 additional systems in the wake of various Tyranid invasions. The descriptions and reports of each planet has been attached for thine leisure. In total, the House of Drake has access to 7 Agri worlds, a pair of Forge worlds, 8 mining worlds, 4 Hive worlds, 1 Shrine world, and various dead worlds, asteroid fields, and defensive platforms. To say that the Drake dynasty is in command over a great industry and riches is a considerable understatement. No doubt, the fruits of 100-century labour pass from ancestor to successor. The region frequently acts as a resupply point for Crusade fleets due to their exports of provisions, munitions, and Promethium. In addition to the vast resources and wealth at their disposal, the dynasty of House Drake is in possession of 3 Dauntless-class light cruisers, 18 Cobra-class destroyers, 6 Falchion-class frigates, 12 Sword-class frigates, and over 50 Imperial transports, including Q-ships, boasting a huge fleet of vessels sworn to the service of House Drake and the Imperium. However, it is noteworthy that many of these vessels are ancient, having gone many centuries without full refit or overhaul, and many of these vessels are dispersed throughout the realm for anti-piracy duties, trade agreements, cooperative defence pacts, and other commitments, making the overall offensive capabilities of the house somewhat dampened. Without the vessels of the Drake dynasty, they could not enforce their writ granted to them by the Holy Emperor, and as a house that stylises itself as the first among equals, their requirements for void ships is quite high indeed. Accompanying the dynasty's impressive fleet are the souls sworn to their service. While the House Drake regularly employs its imperial tie to the Emperor, their resources allowed them to call upon a great many individuals to their cause, maintaining sufficient crews for their vessels and armies. Directly sworn to House Drake are no fewer than 300,000 armorsmen and soldiery, supported by another 300,000 mercenaries, gangers, and assorted sellswords. Much of these forces are committed to protecting the lands and vessels of the dynasty, and with only limited numbers available for crusades and expeditionary pursuits, as the rest of the populations are reserved for commerce, agriculture, industry, and accounting. House Drake continues their creed of exploring the stars and assisting the Imperium in its defence and expansion, often assisting with resupply logistics and occasional military actions. However, it appears that their most daunting tasks, or one of their most daunting tasks, is the defence of their realm, particularly against the Tyranids, Tau Empire, and Orcs, though the house has begun to engage with Necron forces in isolated incidents and the preservation of their reputation as first among equals. As one of the oldest, if not the oldest, of the surviving rogue trader dynasties, their reputation and standing within the Imperium is of great concern. The house frequently feels compelled to make the pilgrimage to Holy Terror in order to display their devotion and loyalty, and with some individuals of the dynasty having been named as minor saints, likely due to bribes, favours, and intermarriage within the ecclesiarchy. The House of Drake is seen by many people as touched and blessed by his most holy emperor. The pressures of responsibility, lineage, and prestige weigh heavily upon the scions of the rogue trader's warrant. To the effect of my lord's inquiries, it is to be expected that many a rogue trader comes in contact with the heretical. The House of Drake has always been stalwart against the traitor, the witch, the heretic, and the damned. But as allowed by their warrant of trade, diplomacy and trade with Xeno races has been observed, namely with the Tau Empire and the members of the Eldari race. To wit, much in the way of diplomacy is conducted with the former, though with each successive generation, the house oscillates between diplomacy, trade, piracy, and raiding upon the Tau Empire's worlds. But the dynasty seems resolute in its commitments to the Imperium in this regard. I myself have witnessed no fewer than a dozen such meetings with representatives of the Tau, as they always want to induct more into their vile greater good. Lord Emperor, cleanse me of the sight of their wickedness, but I have not been made aware nor observed any direct relationships with the Eldari, though the current head of the dynasty, Lord Captain Vespucci Cadot Drake, has made allusions to having several meetings with members of the Eandin craft world. I shall pray for the fortitude of the captain's soul in this regard, as even with the permission and protection of He the Most Holy, to consort with the Xenos is in such a familiar fashion is no doubt a path to sure damnation. I pray you find this overview helpful, my lord, and should you require a more thorough investigation into a particular topic, I would be more than glad to fulfill my duties in his great name. Should you require an audience with the Lord Captain of House Drake, you are but to speak the words, and I shall deliver. Your eternally loyal and thankful servant, Engram. Well, well, well. That was a beautifully written piece of lore. A beautifully, beautifully written piece of lore. Well done, Curtis. One thing I will say on this lore you've created. I want more of it. Now, what I mean by that is, one, that's a very good sign, right? I want to learn more about House Drake. Two, I really like the way that it's told in universe. There's a lot of effort that goes into telling such lore in universe, and I really like that. What you've done there, you've given me a rundown of what the house is. And this is a really cool thing to be in like a wiki page or something. What I want is to delve deeper underneath the hood. If this is an introduction to House Drake, the fact that I want to know more means it's a really good piece of lore, right? I want to go under the hood. I want to see, okay, what are these dealings with the Tau like? What are these dealings with the Eldar like, right? What are some of the legends of House Drake? What have they done in the past? What wars have they been involved with? You know, are there any Space Marine chapters that they are friendly with? Are there any certain other factions within the Imperium that they're friendly with? Let me know and expand on that a little bit. Do you have any plans to expand it at all? And do you have any models that you want to show me to go into the showcase today that we can have a look at? If you do, then let me know. Alrighty. In terms of our vaunted, lovely model showcase, I think it's time we do that. As we wait for Curtis to get back to us. There's nearly 20 of you in the chat, dudes, or in watching the stream. Say hello to me, man. I'm lonely. What's going on? Oh, so lonely. Right, I'm going to give you 2 minutes to do that. I'm going to nip for a quick toilet break. 1 sec. Alrighty, I'm back. I am back. Let's do some models, shall we? One sec. There we are. Excellent stuff. Let's do some models. Let's have some fun. Hey Scum, how's it going, man? Scum Goblin. Right. As I've said in the past, if you do not put your names on your models, then I'm just going to show them as they are, because I try to warn people, please don't, please put your names on your models. If you haven't done that, then I won't be able to call out your name. Okay? Midnight Bat, or Minding Bat. How's it going, dude? How's it going? Positive Geekery is here. Have you heard about Macca's Better Games Initiative? No, I haven't, but I will speak to him about that. In fact, I'll message him now. I will message him now. Hey Macca. What's this? What is it? Better Games Initiative. My chat. Keep harping on about. Alright, cool. So I've asked him, so I will find out what that is. Our first model of the day, or first set of models of the day. Are these Solar Auxilia? No, they are Dark Tide-ish models. I like these. Those are cool. Love the Ogrin. Love the Ogrin. Love the Dead Eldar. But love that. That's great. That was awesome. Phenomenal. These are old school. Dude, I want to see the guys in the back, man. Show me those troopers in the back. Those visors are badass. Show me those visors. Alright. Next. Oh my lord. Oh my days. This one's huge. That's what she said. Dude. We got some serious talent in the community, don't we? In the Northern Exile community, I'm telling you what, man. Some of this stuff is shit art. Really good. Really good stuff. I mean, I will say, some of you like take your photographs way too close to the model. And you don't wait for it to go into focus. I like this Terminator, but we're losing some of the detail of the Terminator as we go. Do you know what I mean? What are folks saying on the chat here? Hey, Positive Geekery, how's it going, man? Let's have a go. Who's next? It's just a massive Tyranid, dude. What? Is this what a high tyrant looks like these days? Dude. Love it. Love it. This is why you should attach your names to your pictures, though. Attach, please. Looks amazing. Right, moving on from that, because we're gonna. I need somebody with a name. All right, this is from Dave, who's given us Necron. A Necron from Necron Dave. Oops. Is this a guy in what's his name? What is his name? Trays in the Infinite. This is a guy I want to trade in the Infinite Vaults. That would be amazing. You're just chilling out in there. He's like, oh, it's great. It's cool. Hey, y'all. Y'all balling? How's it going, man? Alrighty. Next. Slaves to the Parasites with probably the best model of the day. Sorry, I love Dave's, and I love some of those other ones as well. But this is the... Watch this. Watch this. Slave to the Parasites. Are you ready, dude? If you're around. Now, look of the majesty of this. This is probably the greatest painted Mortarion I've ever seen. Like, look at that. Every part of that model glowing. That is a Nurgle Demon Prince right there. That's incredible. Very well done. Very, very well done. Like, how is man... This must have taken dozens and dozens and dozens of hours. But the end result is a corroded masterpiece, man. Absolutely. What's going on pre-order next week? Is it the new edition of Age of Sigmar? Positive geekery. That'd be pretty cool. I always thought the Dominion box was like one of those boxes that was absolutely like a must-buy if you like big knightly models. Like, it was literally a must-buy. The only problem was the price. The Dominion box was huge in terms of price. Absolutely massive. I also think that they designed certain Age of Sigmar Stormcast Eternals to be very Space Marine-like. Do you know what I mean? What's in the new Sigmar box? New Age of Sigmar starter set. What's in it? Let's have a look. Extremis, is it? Is that what it's called? 103 quid. It's pricey. It is pricey. What's in it? What's in the bad boy? Or Skaven Tide. Right. Skaven Tide. Let's have a little look-see. Dude, that's a big box. Oh, damn it. I like the box art too. Dude, there's a lot. You get a lot in that box. No, hang on. Hang on. New Rats is good. New Skaven is good. Don't get me wrong. New Skaven's great. I like that. These new Stormcast models, though. What do we get? 24 Stormcast Eternals miniatures. Again, this is what I don't like about when they release new things like this. Okay, I'm gonna put this on the screen so you can see it. Okay, one sec. Ignore the porn. There's no porn. All right. This is what I don't like about it. Let me just whack it on here. One sec. All right. So you can see there the new Skaven box set, right? What I don't like is this, right? What's in the box? 24 some. They number the miniatures. They don't tell you what the miniatures are. That is annoying to me. Like, I don't think that's very honest. Because, okay, that's fine, but what are they worth? What are these models worth in your game? Because for all I know, Games Workshop, you might nuke these as well. And I honestly think that anybody buying into Age of Sigmar has to take a huge chill pill. Because what they did to the Age of Sigmar, you know, range, they nuked it from orbit not long ago and said, yeah, you can't play with your models anymore in our stores. Well, that you can play with them anyway, but, you know, it's alright. I've measured it, so you don't need to... Look at you. I saw you toiling outside. Yeah. Do I need to get you a hoe? Excuse me? As in something you use for the grass? I think we've got one. Oh, you've got a hoe? So do I. I know, yeah. You side splitting. Yeah. It's nice, that. And because I've got the window closed, so people can't hear me shouting.
Maybe you should use a mini desktop one.
Yeah?
Yeah, we'll get a little stand.
That'd be good.
Yeah.
Thank you for the drink.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Bye. Shout out to my missus. She's been doing a lot of hoeing in the garden. Not hoeing. No. What was I talking about? Gardening. General gardening. I felt really bad. Like when I'm up here and I'm like doing a stream and I'm watching her like toil away out there, I feel really bad. I want to get out there and help her, but you know. So, what is in the box? A Lord Vigilant on Griff Stalker. That is a bent axe. That is a bent axe. Before we go anywhere else, that is a bent axe on Games Workshop's main page. Is it supposed to be bent? I mean, a nice looking model though. Don't get me wrong. I like the model. I think it's cool. Looks cool. This dude I like. Look at the size of that fucking axe, dude. Lord Terminos. Okay. I see, my mind is already going around what I can make of them in terms of Space Marines, which I shouldn't, you know what I mean? One thing I will say, when eventually we do go through the new setting I'm doing, Revenant, a lot of the knights will look like this. Do you know what I mean? It's big ass dudes wearing armor. Alright, like this person. Okay. The Lord Veritant. The new Knight Quaestor. Like it, like it. Reclusians. Dude. Can you make all of these dual wielding? Oh, these are Grey Knight models, man. These are Grey Knight models. These are Grey Knight models. Look at them. You put a power pack on those bad boys and you swap those axes out for swords and make them all dual wielding. Those are Grey Knights. Dude, I'm getting these. I need to get me some of these. The Reclusians. Might need to get me this box, you know. I might need this box. There are too many cool ass Grey Knight-ish models in here. Dude, that's awesome. Space Knights are so fucking cool, dude. Is there a better aesthetic than Space Knight? Like a sci-fi knight in space? I don't think there is. I don't think there is. Liberators. Okay, yeah, these could be Grey Knights too. I do really like the change of law that they did with the Stormcast, and where they made them. They've only got a certain amount of reforgings left before they lose themselves and they become automatons. Do you know what I mean? I quite like that they're all doomed to have this existence of as a nothing warrior, like a brainless brute that's going around the place. That's cool. In fact, they would make a really cool cursed Space Marine chapter. Do you know what I mean? So that's awesome. I like that. Very good stuff. Space Cowboys, not buying it, man. Not buying it, Minding Bot. Not buying it. Space Cowboys, I mean, I like Firefly as much as the next guy, but, you know. Stormcast models are better than Space Marines, you are right. I'm doing alright, Spike Jones. How you doing, son? You alright, mate? They could, y'all. Yes, they could. Alright. People have been talking about, like, new Grey Knights for ages. I don't think they're ever coming, dude. I don't think it's happening. Claw Lord on Norbeast. Dude. Dude. I'm imagining all of these on square bases. Because, you know, give me the old world, you motherfucker. Looks good, though. Grey Seer. Okay. Whenever I hear of Grey Seer, I always think of Thanquol from Gotrek and Felix. He's just a hilarious character. Warlock Engineer. Okay. That's a stoic-ass Skaven. I'm not gonna lie. That is a stoic-ass Skaven. My days. That's stoic. He's like, yeah, so you're going to go over here and look over there. Rattling Warp Blaster. Yep. Like it. Yep. Rat Ogres. Oh, okay. Embedded Warp Stone in here. Okay, or Weird Stone. I like it. Alright, that's cool. That's cool. I like the physical storytelling of the Rat Ogres. But you can see, they've got no real weapons for like, finesse. You can tell that even the guy on the left, especially, you know, that right arm, that is just there to... If he swings his arm around, he's going to cause more damage. That's it. That's all he does, you know? Warp Block Jazalis? Just Janissaries, you mean? That's hilarious. That's great, though. Oh, Clan Rats. Alright, and in typical Skaven fashion, these guys stole the show, right? These are the ones everybody wanted. Everybody wanted new Clan Rats. Everybody wanted new Clan Rats. Awesome, man. What else is in the box? Okay, basically a board game. Okay, alright. Spearhead, Fire, and Jade. Okay. Alright, cool rulebook. No, I like this. This is making me... So, again, for a long time, like, I've been trying to finish off the Void Talons and their lore. And I'm starting to think we're becoming more knightly again. You know what I mean? Like it's something that I've gone through in my mind of you know, I want to make this chapter more... I want to make it more edgy or more knightly. I think I'm going around to more knightly with like an edge, a darker edge to it. Do you know what I mean? So I think now these models have kind of convinced me that's the way I've got to go. You know, because these are dark. These are dark models. I like them. These are cool. These are cool. And this dude would make for a great chapter master or company captain or something. Right? I think so. Or maybe an executioner. Again, this would make another an impressive marine model. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, I'm going to get this box. How much is it? How much is it? How much are you charging, Games Workshop? Do any of you know how much this box is? To pre-order? I'm not going to pre-order it, but I will mark one down on my local. 160. Ugh, what? That's a lot of money. So hang on. Let's tot it up, shall we? Let's tot it up. Okay. Right. So on the old calculator here, this is going to be about 35 quid, Lord Vigilant, right? But then again, even if we tot it up, this is what's terrible. Even if we tot it up, that's what Games Workshop tell you it's worth. It's not what it's actually worth, though, is it? Do you know what I'm saying? It's not what it's actually worth. Is that worth 35 quid? No. In nobody's money is that worth 35 quid. You know? But in terms of Games Workshop money, this would be a huge saving. 160 quid for all of that is a huge saving for Games Workshop's money. It would be a huge saving. In the real world, 160 quid for plastic miniatures like this is a fucking shit ton of money. A shit ton. Bordering on ridiculous. I don't know, man. What do you guys think? You think if the pricing's fair? I'm not sure. I am not sure. The thing is, there aren't really many models in the current line of what we're talking about here that would make me go, right, I need that for my army. That's the irritating thing about Space Marines right now. There are no real Space Marine reveals where I'm like, I need that. I need that in my army right now. It looks so cool. Do you know what I mean? Whereas whenever I see a new Stormcast Eternal model, I'm like, that is the shit. That is the absolute best model I've seen in a long time, and I want it. I want it, and I want to put a Space Marine power pack on it. I want to cover it in fucking blood and skulls and 40 Canis. This guy, this Lord Terminus, that's one sexy ass model, man. Sexy ass. Again, Lord Variant. Again, a great character model. I'm thinking, you know, this person could be a chief librarian or upper class of chapter person. You know what I mean? An upper class of chapter cadre command, a Lord Executioner, maybe even a chapter master, right? Something like that. You got some guy down here. This would be another good character. So you're looking at a duelist or a chaplain. A chaplain would be great. This would make a really good chaplain model, right? Moving on down, Knight Quaestor. Again, company champion or ancient, a dual-wielding ancient. You swap that torch out for another sword, and you swap that sword out for an actual Space Marine sword. Put a power pack on there. You've got yourself a really cool Space Marine-looking model. Reclusians, again, Blade Guard veterans. Easy Blade Guard veterans. Conversion. You know? You even got these two dudes here. If you've got a Knightly Space Marine chapter, which I do, these are good models to have around. They just walk around with their unit. Oh, and they get in the way. You know, just brilliant. I think this is great. I think the models are great. I don't think there is a debate to be had about the models. I don't. I think that debate's long sailed. That Games Workshop do amazing models. I think the debate to be had is whether their pricing is fair and which it isn't. Right, 160 quid is a lot of money. 277 Canadian. Yeah, exactly. Nearly $300. Nearly 300 bucks for this box. Nearly 300 for this. That's insane, man. Thank you, Lucky Stars, you're not Australian. Or from New Zealand. Or somewhere like that. You're paying what? $400 for this? $500? Easy money. Firefight starter set. Let me have a look at that. Put that off for a minute. Firefight starter box set. Let's have a look. Ooh. Let's see. Other places don't really have good pictures of these, right? Okay. I found a good site. Let me give me a sec. Right, we're back in the room. Here we go. So this is the Firefight 2nd edition starter set. Cool. I like it. Yeah. It's basically 40k in it, let's be honest. Pretty cool though. That's a lot of models. Is this all in the starter set? Jesus. That's a lot of models. Multiple tanks. See, again, just one of these tanks would have set you back, what, 90 quid? 80 quid? Games Workshop? Easy. Oh no, this isn't the box. This is just a setup of a battle. Okay, I was about to say that is an insane amount of value for whatever they're charging. The Warpath universe is the setting of mantic sci-fi games. It is set in a dystopian far future where humanity is dominated by an all-consuming capitalist culture that will not stop until it has exploited every last resource in the galaxy. The area under the control of this entity, commonly called the Corporation, is called the Co-Prosperity Sphere, consisting of hundreds of thousands of settled worlds and untold amounts of wealth. The Corporation is led by the shadowy Council of Seven, the owners of the major sub-corporations and subsidiaries that make up the Hydra that is the Corporation. Opposing them are other corporations eager for a larger share of the pie. Dissident humans yearning to breathe free, ancient aliens who do not want to go quietly into the night, and mutant horrors who want to exploit life for their own gain. Okay. So they've taken some more sci-fi and cyberpunk aspects and melded them with the 40k grimdark future thing, and they've taken out a lot of the religious dogma and the knights and, you know, all that sort of stuff, all of the really base historical leanings, and they've just made it a more... This is basically sci-fi 40k, right? It's 40k but sci-fi with all of the weirdness taken out of it. Okay, that's cool. Edge of Sanity. Okay. Let me have a look at this. I'm interested in this now. This is a cool setting. Firefight Edge of Sanity. Edge of Sanity. Mantic Games. Here we go. Okay. Are these better looking Gene Stealers or are these better looking Gene Stealers? To me. Do you know what I mean? These look like better looking Gene Stealers. We'll get a close-up of them in a minute. So this is the current Mantic starter box set, right? With Firefight. I love it. Okay, these are cool. So what are these? In the chat, let me know what these are. I want to be educate me, please. What are these? And what do they do? They look Eldar-y/Tau-ish to me. So my allergic reaction's already going off. I love Eldar, but Tau are not my bag, really. That's cool. Dude, I like how they're not even trying to be like, you know, we're not trying to be 40k here, we're just trying to do our own wacky thing. That's fine. I'm guessing Edge of Sanity is that it's taking the setting way out there, right? Into the dark recesses of the galaxy. So you're going away from the human side here and you're down toward the more alien side. These are cool looking models though. Okay. See, now these... That is what a Gene Stealer should look like, dude. Look at that thing. That is brilliant. That is what a Gene Stealer should look like to me. Asterians are Eldar/Tau, and they are puppeted AI. Okay, cool. Those are Gene Stealers, man. That's how they should look. That's amazing. Oh my god, that's kind of horrific. Oh my days. Still cool though. How much is it? 95 quid. Alright. 95 quid for... So basically nearly half the price of Scaventide. Nearly half the price is this. Now I'm gonna level with you here. I'm gonna level with you guys, alright? I think these models, okay, unfortunately, do look better than these models. I'm not gonna debate that point, because they just do. They just are better looking models. And in terms of what you get in the box, again, we've got a book here, some counters, we've got dice, cool, you know, that's cool. But you do get a lot in the Games Workshop box too. Now, you might not want all of this. You might not want all of the scenery and, you know, all of the extra guff that comes with it. But it's still there, right? I still don't... Okay, I'm going to put it this way. I think this is a better box than this, right? Okay, in terms of quality of models and whatnot. But I think this is more value for your money than this. Only because the Games Workshop one, you get a lot of faff that you might not want. Whereas everything in this box set, you're pretty much going to need. Do you know what I mean? I think the value of the Games Workshop one is because they keep throwing stuff on there. They keep like trying to throw shit on there and go, you know, here's some stuff, here's some stuff, here's some stuff, here's some stuff. I might not want the scenery. I might not want the art book. I might not want the silly counters. I might not want the board game that you put with the game. Right? There's a board game down here. You know. I might not want this. All of this I might not want. I might not want Fire and Jade. Okay? I mean, what if I don't? You know. Do I need the sleeve to put this in? Whereas everything in Edge of Sanity, it looks like you need to play the game. Why aren't Tau your thing, says Ed. Why aren't Tau my thing? The combat style, for one. The combat style is not up my street at all. I've always been a close combat person. Always. I've always been a run up and slice them to pieces combat style dude. It's always been my thing. I've never really been somebody who sits at the back of a board and fires at people. Whenever I've been in a multi-person game, I'm always used as the assault guy. I'm always the guy going in and go, okay, North, you need to go take that. You don't need to take that objective, but you need to push them off of it for us. And then we can go and take it behind you. That kind of a thing. You know, that's just my playstyle. And Tau are not my playstyle. And their entire faction is built around stuff that I'm not really interested in. So sitting at the back, you know, being Gundams, never been huge into Gundams. You know? So essentially, it's not a harsh thing. I'm not saying like, I hate Tau. No, that is not my thing. You know? It ain't my thing at all. Well, this is a good value box set though. For only double the price, you can get yourself a a Skaven Tide, which is good. Don't get me wrong. But I think there's more value in this box overall. Yeah. And they're not about to pull the rug out from under you and annihilate their entire cadre of models overnight either. So that is one thing. That is one thing. Right, we'll do a quick Q&A before I go anywhere. We'll do a quick Q&A. Does anybody have any Q&A questions before I read them off of the Patreon? Let me know. I've already answered one, I suppose, about the towel. But yeah. Somebody said, will you still be doing the write-in Q&As? I love those, and sadly, due to me living in Australia, I can't contribute to the live Q&As. I will be doing those, yes. I'll type back to you because I don't think you're here. I will, yes. What is your question? Smiley face. Any of you guys have any, let me know. Okay, I'm going to do one Patreon one, then I'll do one from the chat. Hi North, who is the best female Warhammer YouTuber? Cheers. Female. Brother of Titans, thank you very much. Thank you very much for becoming a member. Yeah, there is, mate. Yeah, there is. It will be for next week, though. It will be for next week. I've done the showcase for this week, but it will be for next week. What you need to do, Brother of Titans, is name your email in your pictures and name them Brother of Titans 1, Brother of Titans 2, right? And you'll be the first one next week. All right, mate. I'll put you first on next week. So thank you very much for being a hobby bro. Female YouTubers, Warhammer ones. Sword and Steel is alright, but I'm not putting her on for the right reason. She has got a really good channel, to be fair. And she does run her own game store, which is pretty badass. So there's that. Who does Rogue Hobbies? What's her name? What's her name? She's a bit too nicey nice for me, but what's her name? What's her name? Can't remember. Yeah, but she's okay. Yep. Fellow Games Workshop alumni as well, which always helps. She managed to get out of the Evil Empire. Good for her. Good for her. Sword and Steel is good, yeah. That's Naomi from Sword and Steel. She is good, and do you know what? The cosplay swings it. She can have first place. Why not? She won me over with the cosplay. Screw it. Where can you find the music playing in the background? I can show you. There you go. Music playing in the background. How about Hero Escape Age of Annihilation? Never heard of it, Dylan, mate. I don't know what that is. But email me and explain it to me. Maybe one day I can get around to playing it. Hope your granddad is feeling better. Granddad is feeling better. I haven't been down there today because I've had work to do and shopping to do and a stream to do. So, yeah. Do you think wargaming as a whole is getting better? As a whole? That's a big question, dude. That's a fucking huge question. Like, if we're talking about the whole community, yeah, I think it is getting better. I think we just need to be very, very, very careful of how we manage the growth going forwards. Yeah, managed growth is always better than just growing, you know? I do feel that at times we let ourselves down because we don't gatekeep enough for we don't gatekeep for the right reasons. Like that's the thing, right? We don't gatekeep enough, in my opinion. That's true, but also we do not gatekeep for the right reasons at all. There are some people in this hobby that gatekeep for all the wrong reasons. They're like, huh, you're trans? Get out. No, dude, stop being a fucking chode, alright? No. Like, and there are people who do that. Before anybody, I hate it when people apologise like that. No. There are people like that in the hobby. There are. Maybe they aren't keyboard warriors online, but they're the vocal minority, aren't they? And they are here, right? No, we should gatekeep by having people come in and say, listen, I've got a question for you, dude. Do you find any of this cool? And you show them Warhammer 40,000. If they say yes, I'd like to be here, you say, fucking welcome, dude. Go get yourself some models from somewhere, 3D print them, doesn't matter. Come and play a game with me, we'll have some fun. That should be where we are with it, but, you know. But all in all, I think wargaming's on a net positive, yes. Yes, I think wargaming and tabletop gaming in general is on a net positive because with board games getting so popular, I think a rising tide kind of raises all ships, right? It just raises everybody up a little bit. What we need to be careful of is Games Workshop's greed, their avarice towards their own customer base, it seems, and ourselves. We need to gatekeep for the right reasons. We need to hold people accountable and hold them to a certain standard of behaviours in our hobby. If we don't do that, then the hobby won't be what we thought it was when we first got in. You know what I mean? But overall, yeah, why not? Would you ever make hobbying content on the channel, like painting videos, etc.? I am in the process. Once the gaming channel is on its legs, as in, you know, on its standing up on its own two legs, once I've got 1,000 subs there, then I will be doing painting tutorials and painting evenings at home, yes. That'll be something that I will do on that channel. So yes, there will be in future. Least favourite model you painted? My Blade Guard Ancient for the Void Talons. He's got two swords. He's in a very dynamic pose. He was a Stormcast Eternal model that I've reworked into being... He kind of looks like he's from Dark Souls. It's awesome. And yeah, that's my favourite model that I painted. Really cool model. I was really happy with it when it was done. Least favourite model you painted? I don't have one. Oh, hang on. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, the old fucking what were they called? The old Knight Azorios flying dudes from Age of Sigmar. Those guys. I had to make 30 of them. 30 of them for my Games Workshop that I was working at when I was a staffer. 30 of these fucking things. I stabbed myself so many times with their wings, and then when I painted them as well, it was just so hard to get the wings right. I couldn't stand them. Hated them. For those. What do you think about the Witcher books? Very good books. Very good books. I think a lot of them are lost in translation because when I speak to... I've got a few Polish friends now through the channel, and when I say, yeah, they're okay books, you know, they're not as well written as, say, Joe Abercrombie's books or, you know, things like that, they always say to me, yeah, I think a lot of it is lost in translation because they can read English as well as they can read Polish. And they tell me that, you know, the Witcher books are on par with people like Joe Abercrombie and other people who are really good. Scott Lynch, you know, people who are really good Western Europe fantasy writers. They say that it's on par, but it's lost in translation because the Polish translations aren't very good. So there we go. I think they're great books. I think the games did a lot for the books, I'm not going to lie. And... the writer's attitude towards video games fucking stank back in the day, and it really annoyed me because he took all of the credit for the for the success of the games and said that they owed him more money. He gave away the rights to his books for nothing nearly, because he thought any game that comes out won't sell because video games are stupid. Yeah, he basically gave away the rights for around 10 grand. That's nothing in the grand scheme of things. The CD Projekt Red, and the CD Projekt Red turned around and made hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars using his work. So, you know, he sued them in the end of the day, and they settled out of court, if I remember correctly. Or did he sue them? I don't know. I think they renegotiated with him because he was threatening to or something like that. He sounded like a bit of a prick to me. And the things he said about gamers weren't very nice. So, you know, fuck him. Alrighty. Hey North, are you from a mariner or naval family? Because you mentioned the sea on a regular basis. No. My family served in the army. So my grandpa was in the army. Several of my great-grandpas, both my great-grandpas were in the army in World War II. And I've had other people in the army around about. Fun fact about the Navy, though. When I was about... How old was I? I must have been like 18, 19. Anyway, when I was a lot younger, I actually was at a loss of what to do in life. And so I started training to go into the Navy, the Royal Navy. And I started to go in at an officer class. So I would have been doing engineering on the deck of ships, basically working as a flight navigator, basically. You know, so I'd basically be in a jet. I'd be in a jet. It'd be really, really cool. So I wanted to do that. I wanted to fly a jet. So that's what I wanted to do. So I went in. I started they specially selected out applicants that they thought would do quite well, and took us to Scotland for a week, and basically put us through the mill, right? So I'm talking like physical training, shooting, you know, doing all sorts of engineering tests, things like that, to get us up to speed and to make sure that we knew what we were doing. Survival training, all sorts. And we were up there to weed us out, and a few people did leave. But the ones who stayed, they were like, okay, we're giving you a recommendation that if you join the Navy, you will be at a higher rank, you'll be doing quite well, and you're going to get the job that you want. So we were all really happy about that. So I passed all of my immediate entrance exams, things like that. And then a few weeks before I went to basic, before I went to the Navy, you know, to start my training, I got pulled aside, and they said, listen, we've just found out that you've had asthma before. And I said, yeah. I had asthma when I was like 6 years old, but I've not had an attack since I was 6. You know, and I'm 20 or whatever I was now, right? I'm 20, so I'm fine. I don't have anything wrong with me. I'm fine. And they said, even if that is the case, and my doctor medically cleared me and said he doesn't have asthma anymore. This guy does not have asthma. They said because you've got a history of asthma, you can't be in a jet. We can't put you in a jet, so you can't do that job. You're gonna have to choose another one. And I was gutted, and I said, okay, brilliant. So what have I got left? And they said, oh, you can be a sailor. And I was like, no. No, I've not done all this fucking training to be a fucking sailor. Alright? No. I honestly laughed in the face, and they didn't like that at all. Like, I got really annoyed. I was like, are you kidding? All this work I've done, and you want me to be... Do you want me to read out what the job title was? Seaman Specialist. Literally. How can you say to your friends that you're going to the Navy and you're going to be a fucking seaman specialist? Fuck off. Fuck off. Get out. I'm done, right? I'm done. And I walked. I was like, yeah. So I was very, very, very close to joining the Navy. But because I've got asthma, I didn't get the job that I wanted. I couldn't do the job that I wanted. And when the job that they offered me was a drop. It was a drop of about 20 to 30 grand. So I would have been earning around 16 grand a year as a sailor. And I would have been earning 4 or 5 times that going in as what I wanted to go in as. So yeah, they tried to get me to do all that work, basically to be. I was earning the same money as a fucking barman as I would have done on a ship with a load of other dudes. So why the fuck would I want to do that? I'm not some yokel you've gotten from the street, right? I've got props. I can go to university if I want, right? And I did in the end. Deadmo says that's why you can't tell recruiters any of that shit. I know I didn't. They found out. They did checks. They're like, oh my god, this guy wants to go into a jet. Okay, we need to check his background, check all of his medical records to see if there's anything there that gets flagged up. And they did, and they found that, and I couldn't be in a jet. So, yeah. It's fucking infuriating. But I did get very close, damn Legion. So there you go. I got very close. Yeah, it just wasn't for me, man. I mean, if they'd have said, look, there's some other job of a similar pay grade that we think you'd really enjoy, and we're not bullshitting you, and you can try it out, you can do your training if you want. If you don't want to do it, it's fine. I would have been fine with that. I'd been fine with that. I probably would have signed up. But it's the fact that they went from being like, oh yeah, you're going to be on Top Gun, to being like, you're going to be the bottom of the bottom of the bottom of the barrel. It's like, fuck you. I've not worked all that time. I passed every single test you want me to do. I've ran rings around people in training. Like, I'm the model guy. I'm the guy you want. Okay? You want people from a good upbringing, because they do. They don't want yokels. They don't want scallies going in and being airmen. They don't want that at all. Right? They're like, no, you're not going to be a naval airman if you're like that. They want people like me, from good families, good backgrounds, who could go to university, but they choose to go into the military instead. Because they want that discipline, they want that lifestyle, right? And I said, no, I don't want to. I've not worked all of this time. I've got a backbone. That's why you want me. You want me because I've got a backbone. So here's my backbone. Here's what it says. Go fuck yourself. I'm not going to be a fucking seaman specialist, bottom of the rung, you know, on 15, 16 grand a year, when I could get that on Civvy Street, pulling pints. Like, why would I do that? I've worked so hard to get here, and now you're pulling the rug out from under me. So I didn't do it. And it worked out. You know, it did work out in the end, because, you know, the life I've got now is great, and I wouldn't trade it. But yeah. The Navy can be a bit of a cult of personality. I don't know, man. I knew a lot of good people there who helped me when I was going into it. The Army refused me because I had a very minor case of psoriasis. They said I had to wait 5 years to reapply because I took immune suppressants for just over a week, 3 years before I applied. It's like they don't want people, y'all. It's like they don't want people. Do you know what I mean? Silly. And yeah, they do. They will find out anyway. The worst thing that could have happened was they told me that even if I was in basic and I was acing everything, right? They still would have pulled me. They still would have pulled me. Do you know what I mean? They still would have gone, nope, and yanked me out and said, yeah, you can't be in a jet, you can't carry on training. Exactly, scum. No, I am right though, aren't I? Can you go to your friends and say, I'm going in the Navy? They're already going to go, oh, right, you know, and start, like, giving you shit for being homo. But can you imagine going in and going, I'm going to be in the Navy? Oh, yeah? What are you going in as? A seaman specialist. They would laugh their cocks off, mate. You would be the butt of every joke. And you're doing that for 16 grand a year. Yeah, go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. I'm not doing that. If the Grey Knights didn't exist, who would you collect next? Eldar. Eldar. Eldar were my first army in 40k. So, I would definitely do Eldar. I'd go back and do them. Yeah. I don't know. I really like the elf samurai in space. It's cool. Yeah, I was fuming, wanted to join the tank regiment, but looking back at it, I'm kind of glad I didn't, because I am now earning 3 times as much driving lorries now. Well, that's what happens, man. They lose these people. They lose these people, right? So you go in and you pass everything, and they lose you because of these technicalities. But they won't. And these technicalities, you know, in the 70s and 80s, they wouldn't have given a shit, and you would have gone in and done really well. You know, had a really good career in the service. But no, you know, it's what it is. Least favourite Primarch. I'm not going to say Lehman Russ, even though he's a knob. Nah, yeah, I can't say Lehman Russ, it'd be too easy. So I'm going to say least favourite Primarch. You know what? Probably Fulgrim. He gets away with too much. Yeah, Fulgrim. He gets away with too much. He gets away with it all the time. All the time. He gets away with far too much. But I know somebody else, in a low level hate. It's not really hate. It's more of a dislike. Jagatai Khan, for no other reason that it is the laziest legion in 30k. The laziest one and the laziest Primarch. He's literally Genghis Khan in space. Even his life reads it's Genghis Khan in space. That's all it is. It's crazy. It's absolutely fucking crazy. I think it dodged the bullet, to be honest. Joining the military is a good experience, but the institution itself is so bureaucratic and dysfunctional that it makes a terrible work experience. I've heard that. I've heard that. Yeah. Lol, can't they change the name to Ocean Man? That would be cool. I am Northern Exile. Ocean Man. Ocean Man. Just made me giggle. That's really funny. That's awesome. Alright, I'm gonna go cook dinner pretty soon, but do we have any more questions? I'll be happy to answer them whilst we're here. Titans, okay. Genghis Khan in space is a bonus. I agree. Because the Mongols are cool. But, I do think that they do a little bit much for me. Do you know what I mean? It's literally, look. The one thing the Space Wolves do correctly, okay, is that yes, they are Vikings in space. But they don't take any stories of Vikings, they don't take any historical figure and just copy and paste them into the setting. Do you know what I mean? They're Vikings in space. Especially 30k Space Wolves. 30k Space Wolves are brilliant. In terms of, you know, not everything is called a wolf. They're not a caricature of themselves. They're actually pretty cool, right? Their actions are stupid, but the Legion itself's pretty cool. And you can see the Nordic influences in there, but they're not as overt as they are in 40k, right? The White Scars are just Mongols in space. There is no effort put into them whatsoever. They are Mongols in space, and Jagatai Khan is Genghis Khan in space. That's it. That's it. He has no depth to himself. He has no story to himself. They even write him as this aloof dude because they couldn't be asked giving him a backstory. Telling you now. They couldn't be asked. So they went, fuck it. He's Genghis Khan. Alright? Yeah, he's just Genghis Khan. Well, how do we get around that when we actually meet him? Make him really aloof and mysterious. Even the Emperor can't really read him. That'll be fine. It sucks, right? Jagatai Khan deserves his own, you know, saga. His own legend. His own personality. His own legion. You should have a Eastern / Mongol / Japanese leaning to the White Scars and the Khan. No problem. But putting it that on the nose and just literally going, these are Mongols in space. And we're done. That's all they did. That's all they did. Even Chris Wright couldn't really get around that. Because he never really mentioned, he never really gave them depth. Those are really good books. They are really good books. But if you're looking for them to give the White Scars depth and make them not just Mongols in space, that's not what they do. Right? You know? They're really good stories. But they don't really... They don't do for the White Scars what the Black Legion books did for the Black Legion. Or the Night Lords Omnibus did for the Night Lords. Right? They're just really well-written books with a really good story. But yeah. But if you're looking at them to be... The White Scars are good now. No, they're not that at all. Unfortunately. Alrighty, I'm going to call it there then. I'm going to call it there. I'm going to make some dinner. I'm going to get myself sequestered for the evening. But I love you a long time. Brother of Titans, make sure you send me your models, mate, for next week. And I will speak to you all for the next live stream, which will probably be in the week, you know. I'm probably going to do one in the week because I like live streaming these days. And yeah, it's pretty cool. Remember to like the videos. So when the videos do come up this week, make sure you like them. I have noticed that a few of the videos are struggling in the old algorithm, which is really shitty, but it is what it is. So if you can like the videos, that will do a huge thing for me going forwards, because of likes mean everything to smaller channels like mine. So if you can like the videos, or even go back retroactively and like them all, or like any of the ones that you see, do so, because it would mean the world to me. Alright guys, I love you all, and I'll speak to you tomorrow for some more Hobby Nightmares, alright? Have a good one. Bye now.